Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're here to speak about the female orgasm. Oh, what can I tell you? How does my experience affect and can improve the female orgasm? So just a little background about me. I do have some experiences with women because I am heterosexual. So the information that I'm going to be giving you here is part of it in practical way, part of it like from my experiences. I was going to say from fucking from having sex, and then the other part is also from my phone, from my research. So I'm also going to be learning about this topic as I go. I have a lot of things that I want to talk about in here. So if there are some weird cuts throughout the video, it's just because my notes are, I just want to give it in a concise way. Okay, so let's go. So first of all, a disclaimer. It's important to recognize that orgasm frequency is not a measure of sexual satisfaction or even fulfillment. Every individual's experience, it is individuals, this experience of pleasure, satisfaction is unique, and what matters most is mutual consent, communication, open mind, and being in a good environment. In this case, because we're talking about a relationship with a partner. So, fostering open communication can help promote greater sexual satisfaction and equity between partners. I'm talking about this because I also want to give the disclaimer that there's a perception that men orgasm more often than women. And this stems from like biological, social, and even cultural factors. But the main disclaimer at the beginning of this video is that biologically, men and women have different sexual anatomies and responses. So, specifically in heterosexual encounters, like I was speaking about in the beginning, the male orgasm is often to ejaculation. So this occurs relatively quickly and during any sexual activity. Even if it is just foreplay, we can achieve that. It's different. So the main point is that female orgasm, on the other hand, typically requires specific types of stimulation, such as, and then we will speak more about this in a bit, clitoral stimulation, which may be less consistently achieved during penetrative sex. So I know that this was quite a lot, but I just want to give out that disclaimer, that question, okay? Because I am speaking as a male point of view, so I want to get the male part out of it, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to read more about this, the stimulation that I was talking about. The female orgasm can be achieved through the clitoral stimulation, vaginal penetration, or a combination of both. It is important to note that every woman's experience of an orgasm is unique, and what works for one person may not work for the other. Like I said before, the individual pleasure. So, communication, exploration, and mutual pleasure are essential. I just want to briefly mention here the how like a simplified explanation of the orgasm, how the orgasm works. So basically, there's an arousal phase, similar to male's sexual arousal. In female, begins with stimulation, which can be both physical, mental, or both. Then this leads to an increased blood to the genitals, swelling of the clitoris, and lubrication of the vagina. Then we have the plateau phase. Basically, as this arousal continues, the body enters the plateau phase, the clitoris becomes highly sensitive, and the vagina expands. And then we have the orgasm phase, which basically involves very like a variety of rhythms and contractions of the pelvic muscles, including the muscles of the vagina, uterus, and anus. Okay, so everything is connected. These contractions are then accompanied by intense pleasure sensations that radiate throughout the body. And then we have the resolution phase. After the orgasm, the body gradually returns to its pre-arousal state, so it comes back to normal. So I know that this was 4 minutes of the video just to speak about a little bit of male orgasm and then how an orgasm in general works. And now here are my real tips and my real advice on how the female orgasm can occur in a better way, and then also how you can explore it and learn about it, because this is all about education. So the orgasm, like I mentioned before, is a complex psychological and physiological response. There is, like I said before, I think the most baseline and key point is communication. If you are comfortable with the partner that you are with, you will feel better, and you are a little bit more. You have more room to open yourself as a woman. Okay, that's literally it. in a more practical standpoint. So basically, we have communication, we have foreplay. So basically, engage in an extended foreplay to build arousal and increase the likelihood of orgasm is great. This means that we should explore different forms of stimulation, such as kissing, touching, oral sex, and even other forms of like increasing sensitivity and pleasure. Okay, then we have specifically clitoral stimulation. The clitoris is a key zone for many women, experimenting with different techniques, pressures, and rhythms to find what feels more pleasurable. Then we have other zones like nipples, G spot, and even the A spot. Okay, I'm going to give you some books, which then you can research more about these terms. But yeah, sometimes these zones are a little bit neglected, so they shouldn't be neglected. Like I said, the whole body. And then we have also lubrification, lube. It's very important. It seems something so simple nowadays, but it is necessary. Okay, it does enhance comfort and pleasure, and the key word here is comfort. Then I'm also going to speak about the pelvic floor muscles. So basically, it can improve orgasm intensity and control. Very, very interesting. Basically, you should encourage your partner to incorporate these type of exercises into their routine of workout, or even do them a little bit before you have sex. And there's going to be a difference there. Trust me. Okay, this is all the information. I know it's a big video in terms of that, but I think it's very interesting, and it is all, so to speak. There's so much information online that it's interesting to know these things. Of course, that then during the act, you're not going to be thinking about these things, but you already know, okay, I'm going to focus on some zones. I'm going to communicate with my partner. I'm going to use a lube. If you go in during sex already knowing these tips and these little bullet points that you want to do, the experience is going to be so much better. Now, again, like I said in the beginning, our orgasm as a male is completely different from female. That's the big disclaimer. That's why I started with that. So then in terms of books, I'm going to be speaking about two books. The first one is going to be The Elusive Orgasm by Vivian Cass. I'm sorry. This book explores common challenges and misconceptions surrounding the female orgasm and has also practical advice. And then the other book is She Comes First, The Thinking Man's Guide to Pleasuring a Woman. Oh, sounds a great title. So this is by Ian Kerner. The books are going to be in the description, don't worry. So this is written for men. It offers valuable insights into female pleasure and provides also practical tips to enhance the sexual experiences. You also have a lot of stuff online in terms of just researching how the orgasm works, how the female anatomy works. But this, following this video, trust me, at least this is a little bit of a trampoline, a good trampoline, a healthy trampoline for you to enter this world and to have or give better female orgasms. The last disclaimer and last thing that I'm going to say is that remember that every woman is unique. Every individual is unique. What works for one doesn't work for the other. So this involves different rhythms. That's the key word at the end of this video. Different rhythms. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. If you have any tips, if you have any recommendations, please then leave them down below.